Right? First, systematic pranayama, it means first deep exhalation followed by deep inhalation. Retain the breath for as long as possible. Exhale consciously, focus only on the breath. Don't allow the mind to wander anywhere. And relax the physical body and also quieten the mind. So, no other thoughts should be entertained during this period. So, through this process of systematic pranayama, one should quieten the mind. And when the mind is quietened, Upanishad mantra advises us to do upasana, do dhyanam on the Supreme Brahman after studying the Vedanta Shastras. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. Tat jalaniti shanta upasita. So, mind should be quietened and the focus should be on Brahman, which is verily permeating the entire universe, only reality. From this absolute reality emerges the relatively real, seemingly real universe. Shti sthiti layam, creation, sustenance, and dissolution. So, by constant dhyanam on Brahman like this, one should be able to mentally dissociate from any of the happenings around you so that the mind can always be maintained in a very calm, quietened, peaceful manner. Mind has to be maintained in a very calm manner. That's the most important thing. So, this method of Dhyanam will help you raise your thought and maintain quietude. So, since Brahman is vast, Brihattamatvad Brahma, Upanishad mantras also point out that same reality, supreme reality, Brahma Tattvam, which is your own true nature as Atman. And this Atman, pure consciousness principle that is present within you, is responsible for all the functions, both the organs of knowledge and organs of action can function only when consciousness is present in each of them. And so the mantra says, Shrotrasya Shrotram Manaso Mano Yad Vacho Havacham Savupranasya Pranaha Chakshushachakshuhu Atimuchya Dhiraha Pretyasmallokadamrita Bhavanti. Shrotrasya Shrotram. It is the ear of the ear. The ear cannot hear if there is no consciousness. Similarly, Manaso Mano, the mind can function only because of the absolute pure consciousness being reflected through it. Yat vachoha vacham, similarly speech. So pranasya pranaha, even the life force doesn't have any consciousness because the conscious principle exists and it's able to give you life to the physical body. Chakshushas chakshuhu, eye of the eye can see only because of the Atma Tattvam. So one who understands this supreme Satchidananda Swarupam, Atman as one's true nature. So Atimuchya dhira pretyasmalloka damrita bhavanti. So by systematic study Vedanta Shastras, understand, internalize, and realize and establish this supreme truth, which is your true nature. The mantra says that the person attains immortality. Means what? Knowledge of absolute reality bestows immortality. So, how to proceed further towards this supreme knowledge? Let's study further the Bhagavad Gita Shastram. Now, the 11th chapter. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om. वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः निधये सर्वविद्यानां षजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः अपार करुणा सिंधुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्महम् ॐ. All of you on cameras, chant Yam Brahma loudly. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Dimyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय परमात्मने नमः. Now chant the 6 shlokas. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswati Namaha, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Teshamevanukampartham Ahamajnanajam Tamaha Nashayamyatmabhavasthaha Jnanadipena Bhasvata Jyotishamapi Tajyotihi Tamasah Paramuchyate ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितम् न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम् येषां नाशितमात्मनः तेषामादित्यवज्ञानम् प्रकाशयति तत्परम् यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पंडितं बुधाः ओम शांति शांति शांति. Now the five slokas. श्री भगवानुवाच दैवी एषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामेव ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम् मत्तः परतरं नान्यत् किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय मयि सर्वमिदं प्रोतं सूत्रे मणिगणा इव ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां हृद्देशेऽर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यन्त्रारूढानि मायया. So one should constantly dwell on this shloka. Prapancho yadi vidyeta nivarteta na samshayah maya matramidam dvaitam advaitam paramarthatah. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता एकादशोऽध्यायः विश्वरूपदर्शनयोगः. ओम नारायणः परो व्यक्तात् अण्डमव्यक्तसम्भवम् अण्डस्यान्तस्त्विमे लोकाः तत्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी. ओम. So I'll chant the first sloka which we learned in the last class. Shri. Now it's Arjuna. Arjuna uvacha madanugrahaya paramam guhyam adhyatma sanknitam yatva yoktam vachastena mohoyam vigato mama. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hardam Swagatam. Hearty welcome to the next session on the Bhagavad Gita Shastram. Now the beginning of the 11th chapter, which is called as Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. Some people call it Vishwarupa Sandarshana Yoga. The correct name is Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. Don't bring Sandarshana in this. Okay. All this Sampradaya people bring wrong names. Vishwarupa Darshanam is the correct name. Now, before we begin this chapter, let's get a brief background of what we have learned till now and what has been Arjuna's experience till now. Very important, right? It's all what? Bhagavan's message to only one person. Who is the only person listening to Bhagavan? Arjuna. And how this chapter is being developed by Bhagavan. Now, when you go back to the second chapter itself, what did Bhagavan say? Bhagavan said, you are the Atman. You are pure consciousness. So, know your true nature as Atman. Be free from Shoka and Moha. What is the beginning of Bhagavad Gita? Panditaha na anushochanti. Who is Panditaha? Who is Pandita? One who knows Atman, Atmajnani. So, it was so simple to just know who I am. Again, suppose you ask somebody, who are you? They'll say, yes, I am so and so. This is my name, this is my height, this is my weight, this is my place of residence, this is what I do. So easy. So similarly, who am I? I am pure Atman. If it is so easy to understand, then you don't need such a great elaboration further in the Bhagavad Gita Shastram and also various Shastras, Vedanta Shastras, Upanishads. There are 1008 Upanishads actually. From that 108 key Upanishads, then 10 very key Upanishads, then Brahma Sutra. So many Shastras. Is it required? So easy to understand? It's not easy to understand. So, what is that important message that you gain is this Atma Jnanam will develop slowly over a period of time. So, many of you will be wondering, I'm listening to it every day or every, no, not every day, at least 4 times a week. Even then, I have not become Atma Jnani or Brahma Jnani. Yes or no? Huh? The doubt is there, right? And that doubt is dispelled even in this Bhagavad Gita Shastram. As you go through all the 18 chapters, the way Arjuna is putting various questions, you'll understand that there is a lot of doubt, confusion, questions in Arjuna's mind about the absolute reality. Understand what I'm saying? So, this is a gradual process. And so one has to be constantly studying the Vedanta Shastras. Paunah Punyena Shravanam Kuryat. Again and again, should keep on listening. Even in the Brahma Sutras, for your information, towards the end. So, towards the end, fourth chapter, last portion also, huge discussion on should one study the Vedanta Shastras only once or many times? Question comes. So, Bhagavan Vedavyasa says, again and again you study. Again and again. Why? Because every time you study, a little bit of the doubt is removed. Yes or no? When you study or listen to Vedanta Shastra, some small doubt will get removed. Like that, thousands and thousands of doubts and confusion and questions will have to be answered and removed. Then only finally you get absolute knowledge, which is doubtless knowledge. So, even though Bhagavan has explained now in the 10th chapter that the entire universe is Bhagavan's manifestation, so no, but among them, a few of them appear glorious, rich, and have got lot of what power. They seem to catch the attention, and so Bhagavan mentioned, as per our calculation, 77 different vibhutis. So even when Bhagavan is, Arjuna understood to some extent, yes, Bhagavan is manifested as so many glorious aspects in this universe. And so Lord Krishna, from beginning of what? Beginning of the 7th chapter, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is Ishvara Swarupam, Bhagavan has explained that everything exists because of me. Mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. And then he has told any of the glorious principles, matter principles also is my manifestation. So by now Arjuna should have got some amount of knowledge. So from the study of previous 4 chapters, we also understood what is Bhagavan's true nature. But still there are a lot of doubts and confusions in Arjuna's mind, just like ours. We say everything is Bhagavan. At the same time, we see so many differentiation, variations, good, bad, ugly, so many differences. Is really Bhagavan permeating the entire universe? Those kind of questions we have. Same kind of doubts and questions Arjuna has got. So what Arjuna is doing is saying that, well, I have understood to some extent what you have explained, but I still have got lot more clarifications, doubts to be settled. And so this chapter begins with Arjuna's question. Now you see, when will a person ask a question? When the person has understood something but something is left still to be understood. Only two types of people don't ask questions. What are the two types? One who does not know or does not understand anything, or another who knows everything. So remember, if you don't have any questions, you should belong to either of the two. Either you are unable to know process what is being explained, that means what you're not understanding. Definitely none of you are like that. And second, when you understood everything, there are no questions. So here Arjuna is exactly the in-between category. That's why what kind of adhikari is Arjuna? I kept saying many times. Arjuna is Manda Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari, Uttama Adhikari. Is a Madhyama Adhikari. Entire Bhagavad Gita Shastram is for the intermediate person who started the journey, understood something, still has got some questions. Now, this chapter is slightly, big chapter. Got 55 verses. Already uploaded the ebook. Weekend is now exactly available for all of you to download the ebook and be prepared with the ebook for the next class. Slightly bigger chapter compared to 10th chapter. And there is a systematic development of subject matter in this chapter. The name of the chapter is Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. And in this important word is what? Vishwarupa Darshanam. In that, Vishwarupam is the most important word, right? So, one should understand the word Vishwarupam properly before proceeding to study this chapter, because many people have got many different doubts about this Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. Yes or no? Did Arjuna really see everything? Because they got a vague idea. So Arjuna saw everything in Krishna Paramatma, and so did everything appear in Krishna Paramatma's body, or it is a hallucination? Is it an imagination? Yes, correct. So many people got many doubts. So first, get some basic understanding of the word Vishwarupam. There are two definitions for the word Vishwarupam. Write down. One is Vishwarupam as a standalone word is the name of Bhagavan. Vishvayeva Rupam. So, Vishvayeva Rupam, Vishvayeva Akaraha, Yasya Saha, Vishwarupaha. That means what? The world itself is a manifestation or a Rupam or a form of Bhagavan, Virat Swarupam. I told you in Vedanta, you divide the entire universe into three different shariram, just like shariratrayam for us. The physical aspect of the entire universe is called what? Virat Swarupam. That Virat Swarupam is called Vishwarupam. Clear? That means what? One aspect of Bhagavan is Virat. Another aspect of Bhagavan is Hiranyagarbha, subtle body, which means all the people's minds, the combination of Sukshma Shariram of all the people, Samashti Sukshma Shariram is equal to Hiranyagarbha. Samashti Sthula Shariram, the totality of the gross body is called Virat or Vishwarupam. The totality of the subtle bodies is called Hiranyagarbha. And the totality of Karana Shariram, what is Karana Shariram? Causal body. What is the fundamental cause for our existence? Avidya. At an individual level, it is called avidya. At the totality level, it's called Maya. So now write down as I given you earlier. So Shariram, Sthula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, Karana Shariram, Virat Swarupam, Hiranyagarbha and Maya. That is the systematic organization of the Shariratrayam, of the individual and total. Vyashti and Samashti. If you want to make headline Vyashti, Samashti, individual, total, and the three Shariram. Now, when you see that the entire universe is a manifestation of the matter principle of Bhagavan, then Bhagavan's name becomes Vishwarupam. Clear? Bhagavan's name itself is Vishwarupam. That's one important understanding that should have. For us, so far, who is Bhagavan? At least now we should have moved out. Bhagavan so far is limited to puja room, in a particular photo, in a bimbam or some symbol. When the same Bhagavan, through this understanding of what? Jnana Margam, who is real Bhagavan? You see the entire, when you see the entire universe, you should be able to cognize that Bhagavan's matter principles appearing as matter. And so that becomes Bhagavan. So Vishwarupam becomes Bhagavan. So Bhagavan is equal to Vishwarupam. Write down. Not absolute reality. It's a matter principle. The matter principle of Bhagavan is Vishwarupam. Clear? Vishwam itself means what? Okay, Vishwarupam has got two words. Vishwam and Rupam. Vishwam is what? See, this all very, world, very good. And world is what? Matter or consciousness? Matter. Rupa means what? Form. So, different forms of the world is Vishwarupam. Clear? Simple or not? Now it becomes very simple. Rupa means form. So, in Bhagavan, we see that it is divine. So, the difference between the normal people, the scientists, and other people who have no religious bent of mind or spiritual bent of mind, have not studied the Vedanta Shastras, for them matter is matter. The combination of atoms, molecules, substances, right? Whereas for a person who has understood the Vedanta Shastra, same matter principle becomes an aspect of Bhagavan, becomes Vishwarupam. Clear? That is one definition of Vishwarupam. Then when you add the word Darshanam, so because this chapter is not Vishwarupam, it's Vishwarupa Darshanam. So when you have the vision of what I told you in the last portion of the previous class, Bhagavan's manifestation in all entities is Vibhuti Yoga. Everything being present in Bhagavan is Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. So, for a higher level person in the path of spirituality, Vishwayeva Rupam Akaraha Vishwarupam Bhagavan. For one level below, what we see, everything is in Bhagavan. That means what? Bhagavan is separate, the entity is separate. Are you getting my point? When can one thing be in another? If both are one and the same, can one exist in another? You think this is it's all from 7 to 12 is a very deep thinking process required. Clear? Different. So, when you are trying to reach the ultimate knowledge, the intermediate step or the very near to the ultimate knowledge is seeing everything as existing in Bhagavan. Jagat Rupena Ishwarasya Darshanam. It means what? Seeing what? The entire universe in Bhagavan is Vishwarupa Darshanam. That means what? You think that Bhagavan is the background on which the entire universe is getting projected. So that is Vishwarupa Darshanam. You are seeing everything existing in Bhagavan. So Vishwarupam and Vishwarupa Darshanam are two important definitions that you should have. Point 1. Point 2. Now, this Vishwarupa Darshanam can happen only through Jnanam. So, don't ever imagine that one day, one fine day, I will get entire vision of the entire universe existing in Bhagavan. Bhagavan has some form that you can imagine in which entire universe is existing. That you can never get it physically. It can happen only through Jnanam. So, you'll see that development in the 11th chapter. Whereas, by constant tapas or dhyanam, you can have Bhagavad Darshanam, like Dhruva, Prahlada. You've seen all the what? Itihasa Puranas, right? In Puranas, you see that there are bhaktas who constantly do dhyanam on a particular form of Bhagavan. And so Bhagavan or the Supreme Ishvara Tattvam appears in that form to the Bhakta. And that is not any imagination, hallucination that physically will happen. For example, when you chant Ganapati Atharva Shirshopanishad, we say Ganaka Rishihi. Yes or no? For me, it means Ganaka Rishihi had a pratyaksha darshanam of Lord Ganesha. Similarly, Dhruva had a pratyaksha darshanam. Prahlada had pratyaksha darshanam. You can see all that, right? So that is because of bhakti and your constant tapas you are able to see physically Bhagavan in that form. And Bhagavan has already told, Ajopi sannamvyayatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritim swam adhisthaya. That means what? Using my own matter principle, sambhavami atma mayaya. Now there is a problem. What is the problem? Even though Bhagavan appears in physical form, only some people are able to recognize that Bhagavan. Yes or no? What is the example? Krishna Paramatma. In Mahabharata and all the other episodes, how many recognize Bhagavan, Krishna as real supreme? Tell me. Hardly a few. Other people said what? Either a cowherd, he's a Mayavi, he's some person. So, it requires bhakti, shraddha, tapas to first see Bhagavan physically and also the right what? Punya karma and samskaram to see Bhagavan when he physically appears. Let's see. One is to manifest Bhagavan through tapas. Another is to see the real Bhagavan when really Bhagavan is there. So that is what? Real darshanam. Are you getting the point? Vishwarupa darshanam and real darshanam of Bhagavan are two different things. Vishwarupa darshanam happens through jnanam. Real darshanam happens through this physical eyes. Bhagavan will appear provided we have the intensity, bhakti, tapas. Like example is what? Dhruva or Prahlada. Now, what is required now to see Vishwarupa Darshanam? So, just like you need tapas, bhakti, constant focus, dhyanam to see Bhagavan physically with your eyes. Here you require the training of your mind. You should constantly train the mind and get dhyanam for Vishwarupa Darshanam. Are you getting the point? It is not the physical eye. But as Bhagavan is going to say, Jnana Chakshusha, through the eye of knowledge, you are able to see that the entire world is a manifestation of Bhagavan, which is already available. See, I told you, when Bhagavan is available, everybody could not recognize Bhagavan, yes or no? Anybody understand what I'm saying? Bhagavan, Krishna Paramatma, physically present, everybody could not understand, only few could understand. Similarly, Bhagavan is present 24/7 as Vishwarupam, only a few can cognize, provided you get the Jnanam. So, from Vibhuti to Vishwarupam, it's a significant step. Vibhuti is slightly easier, yes or no? To see great things, things that got a lot of wonderful qualities, powerful, something that is endowed with excellent qualities, and start focusing on that as an aspect of Bhagavan is slightly easier. From there to Vishwarupa Darshanam, that means what? Everything is Bhagavan is a tremendous step, big step. So you have to go systematically in the 11th chapter to understand how to make the shift from Vibhuti to Vishwarupam. Clear? The background clear? That means what? You see, the beginning, 7th and 9th chapter, Bhagavan told, I am of the nature of Sachidananda Swarupam, and that is the Brahman aspect, Maya matter, which is the manifestation in the entire universe. The combination is me appearing in multifarious forms. Try and know. 7 and 9. In 10, Bhagavan pointed out individually. These are all me. I am this, I am this, I am this. So slightly you understand Bhagavan better. The next step is to understand the entire Vishwam is Bhagavan. Everything happening in the world is because of Bhagavan. And so wonderfully in this chapter, it raises you to the next level. Because 7 to 12 is what? What is the chapter 7 to 12? Tat pada artham, Ishvara Swarupa Jnanam. Most important, 11th chapter. So don't think 11th chapter is some picture or cinema. Go and see a film and coming. It's all jnanam, knowledge. So now, how does Arjuna begin the 11th chapter? For that, go back a bit. 8th chapter. What is the name of 8th chapter? Anybody? Akshara Brahma Yoga. Forgotten. See? Just past 3 chapters. No, forget the 8th chapter name. In that, Arjuna posed a few questions. Yes or no? Kim tad brahma kim adhyatmam kim karma purushottama. So, yes, what is Brahma? Kim adhyatmam? What is adhibhutam? What is adhidhaivam? Adhiyajnam? And then, Prayana Kale, how to remember you at the time of death? All those things he somewhere, no? Go revise. So, what is Brahman? How it is manifesting? Bhagavan has explained in the 10th chapter. And so, what is Adhyatmam? Adhyatmam is what? Kim tad Brahma, Kim Adhyatmam. What is the Jivatma Tattvam? He is explained as part of 7th and 9th chapter. And also, some of the aspects of 10th chapter deals with individual entities. And so, Arjuna says, Hey Bhagavan, Hey Krishna Paramatma, your teaching of the supreme secret of what? Brahman and Jiva, which is called Adhyatmam. Write down the word Adhyatmam refers to the Atma Jnanam aspect, that which is very subtle with respect to the individual. Adhyatmam, Adhyatmam. You have taught me about what? The beginning, from the 2nd chapter onwards, taught about what is the nature of the real nature of the Jiva. And then you have taught me about what is the real nature of Supreme Bhagavan. So, combination of this knowledge, Adhyatmam, has been imparted by you to me. So, he's revising. He's saying that I understood certain things. Understood? Initially, you taught me about the nature of the individual self, and because of which some amount of delusion that was there about me, because I always think I'm a miserable fellow having so many problems, right? What is Arjuna's problem? We have got some other problem. Arjuna's got some other problem. Our problem is something else. What is Arjuna's problem? That he has to fight with his guru, with his grandfather, relatives. So some delusion about the fact that I am the person who is involved in all the actions. How does Arjuna's delusion go? He understands. If you understand that you are the true Atman, the physical matter is something that appears and goes. It is not absolute reality. It is a role I have to do. Don't attach extreme importance, 100% importance to all the actions. So, by a person who pays 100% importance to all the matter principle and all the interactions, that person is nothing but a deluded person. So Arjuna says, by your teaching of my true nature, some amount of delusion about my existence, what I should do, is gone. So first thing he says that I understood a bit about my true nature. He's summarizing because he wants to ask a bigger question. And so when you want to ask a very important question, what you should do? You should first say that I've understood certain things that you explained, but I still need to know something more. So that's why Arjuna begins this 11th chapter by saying that you have taught me the supreme secret about my individual nature, by which some amount of delusion or moham has been removed from my mind. But I got some more questions. So, first shloka, now look at the Padavibhaga Anmaya, because unless you do PVA, you will not understand the meaning of the first shloka. Shloka number 1. Padavibhaga. Mat anugrahaya. You can make it one word. Madanugrahaya. Because Madanugrahaya is there. Okay. So, Madanugrahaya. One word. Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma. Adhyatma Sangitam. See, word Adhyatma is there in this. Adhyatma Sangitam. Yet Tvaya Uktam Vachaha Tena Mohaha Ayam Vigataha Mama. Somebody saying 13, somebody saying 14. Let's see. Huh? Anvaya will get the right number of words. This sloka, unless you do Padavana, you will not understand properly. So, Madanugraha is one word. Okay. I'll do again. Madanugrahaya Paramam Guhyam Adhyatma Sangitam. One word. Yat Tvaya Buktam Vachaha Tena Mohaha Ayam Vigataha Mama. Only 13. So we'll now do Anvaya, so further clarity will get. So Arjunaha Uvacha, that you keep it separate. Okay? Arjunaha, that doesn't come in the counting. Arjunaha Uvacha. Now be careful. Now all of you be studious. Put the right number 1, 2, 3, because in the first few slokas, a lot of subject matter is covered. So unless you study this systematically through Padavyaga, you will not understand the meaning of these slokas. Yet Paramam. Where is Yet? Yet is in the third Padam. Third Padam. And where is Paramam? Madanugrahaya Paramam. So catch that word. So Yet Paramam Guhyam. Guhyam, the first word in the second Padam. Guhyam. Yet Paramam Guhyam Vachaha. Where is Vachaha? Can somebody find out where Vachaha? Vachaha is in the third Padam. Now you see how many places you have to move to establish the meaning of this sloka. That's why sloka, to understand the meaning directly, is difficult. Yet Paramam Guhyam Vachaha Adhyatma Sangitam. Clear? Yes, Adhyatma Sangitam. The second Padam, second word. All of you are now, can few of you say that you have got it so far? I'm doing it slowly because it's slightly complex. Yet Paramam Guhyam Vachaha Adhyatma Sangitam. Uktam Tvaya. Uktam Tvaya is there in the third Padam, first word. Yat Tvaya Uktam. Yat became the first word. Uktam Tvaya now comes. Clear? Ken? Got it? All of you so far? I'll repeat again. Yat Paramam Guhyam Vachaha Adhyatma Sangitam Uktam Tvaya. Madanugrahaya. Habba, at last the first word is coming now. Why is it like that? So that we can understand. Sanskrit doesn't need individual isn't in order. For our understanding, we need to put everything, the subject, object, predicate, everything in a proper order. That's why Anvaya is required. Madanugrahaya. So far is one group. So write down now. Yat Paramam Guhyam Vachaha Adhyatma Sangitam Uktam Tvaya Madanugrahaya. This will make one meaning. If you organize the words like this, you will get a meaning of the first portion of the shloka. Second portion now. Ayam Mohaha. Where is Ayam Moha? Now move to the last part of the shloka. Mohoyam. Ayam Mohaha Mama. Also in the Last, very good. Ayam mohaha mama vigataha tena. Clear? Second part. Ayam mohaha mama vigataha tena. So now Arjuna is presenting himself as a very good student. Now you see, the quality of the student also keeps on improving over a period of time. Are you understanding? Go back 2 years again, when you began the Gita Shastram to now, we are still studying. So everybody is still a student, right? But the quality of student keeps on improving because you know little more, little more, little more. And so Arjuna is a very good student. He is now presenting himself as having understood something that Bhagavan has explained. Now look at the meaning. Now when you study the meaning, you'll understand this sloka much better. Arjunaha uvacha means what? After Bhagavan explained what is the last sloka in the 10th chapter, I am sustaining the entire universe just by a portion of my what? Splendor, vibhuti. He stopped. And so then Arjuna is now saying that Arjunaha uvacha, Arjuna said, Yet paramam guhyam vachaha. So vachaha here may mean just some saying, but here it's called teaching. So this teaching of Bhagavan so far, Upadesham of Bhagavan so far is qualified by two words. Paramam Guhyam. Paramam Guhyam. Why the word Guhyam is coming? Anybody remembers the name of the 9th chapter? What is it called as? Forgotten. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam. Now you see how much you have to connect to know the meaning. So that Rajavidya Rajaguhyam is being mentioned as Guhyam here. Guhyam Paramam. So supreme. So this supreme secret teaching Vachaha Adhyatma Sangitam, which is called as Adhyatma Jnanam. So, though this refers to Adhyatma means what? Refers to the individual self. When you study systematically, what you understand, the individual self is not different from the supreme self in essentiality. So, what did Bhagavan say? Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. Now you see, to connect everything. Somewhere he told, no? Where he told? Huh? Among all the Vidyas, I am Adhya. 10th series. Slogam solluvom. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. This Adhyatma Vidya is not only knowledge of your own true nature as pure consciousness, but also the ultimate knowledge as Bhagavan, true nature as pure consciousness. You getting the point? Adhyatma Jnanam is knowing yourself and Bhagavan as pure consciousness. Brahma Tattvam, Atma Tattvam. So Arjuna is now slightly confident, is saying, like all of us, we have studied, we understood a bit of Adhyatma or not. At least maybe we are not fully realized, but we understood. At least students of Brahma Vidya should say that I understand that I am no longer only the physical body, right? I have a body, but my real nature is Atman. Similarly, Bhagavan is there as physical Rama, Krishna, but Bhagavan's real nature also is Brahman, pure conscious, Satchidananda Swarupam. Clear? Huh? So, just like as Arjuna also started moving forward in the spiritual path. Now, can you see this gradual progress? Earlier, he was confused. So many different questions. Here, the questions are more what? Refined questions. No? Refined way of communication by Arjuna. So he says, Yat Paramam Guhyam Vachaha, this supreme and secret teaching. Why secret teaching? Why it's called secret teaching? Rajaguhya, the greatest secret. Even though it is present, permeating everywhere, you are not able to comprehend. That's why it's secret, correct? So unable to comprehend, it's a secret. So Arjuna is saying that this supreme secret teaching, Adhyatma Sangitam. Sangitam means known as, named. So, Sangitam means named as, known as Adhyatmam. So, go back. Kim tad brahma, kim adhyatmam. Arjuna asks a question. Answer he has got. So, the supreme secret teaching called as Adhyatmam, Uktam Tvaya, Karmani Prayogam, passive voice, has been imparted by you. So, no, Bhagavan has imparted, right? Aspect of the individual self and aspect of Bhagavan, Ishvara Tattvam. So, write down Jivatma Tattvam and what? Ishvara Tattvam has been imparted by you. Tvaya means what? By you. Tvaya, which vibhakti? By you. Huh? For what? Tritiya vibhakti. Very good. Madanugraha. Yeah. So, what for Bhagavan has told? Only to bless Arjuna, and through the Bhagavad Gita bless us with more clarity. Please understand, more clarity means less confusion. Less confusion means what? More peace of mind. So more clarity means more peace of mind. People don't understand. People think, and again, peace of mind, happiness comes by acquisition of material possessions, positions, and everything. But Vedanta says and experience says that crystal clear knowledge is the fundamental requirement for what? Peace of mind. So Bhagavan says, Bhagavan has explained it. So Arjuna is saying, Madanugrahaya, for blessing me, for giving me clarity, for giving me peace of mind. So Arjuna is summarizing all the previous teachings into just 4 words. What are they? The supreme secret teaching named Adhyatma has been what? Imparted by you to me to bless me with more clarity so that I can come out of the confusion that I am presently in. What is central problem? Don't forget the central problem of Arjuna. Confusion. So, fine. So, because of this, something has happened. Slowly, this information has resulted in transformation. Important. Information should not be just information. Swamiji was saying other day. Difference between information and transformation, how studying or reading something in the internet, some book, something, and studying from a proper guru, how is it different? When you read something in internet, all wrong things, maybe right things, good things, bad things, whatever it is, when you do yourself self-study, it's only information. But that has to be converted into knowledge and should result in transformation. That's possible only when you study with a guru, preferably directly, not through recording. So, with this knowledge imparted by you for giving me clarity, Arjuna is saying, I am mohaha mama. I am means this. So, I am. So, in English, I am is different. In Sanskrit, I am is different. I am this. What? Mohaha mama. Delusion of mind. So, very important word. Write down, underline. I am mohaha mama. That means what? Arjuna is acknowledging that I am in delusion. So, very important point is that many of us don't even understand or acknowledge that I am deluded. Yes or no? Everything is fine, sir. I got absolute clarity, sir. Everything is clear. What is the goal of life? Then only some confusion starts in the mind. What is the goal of life? So, here, I am mohaha mama. This delusion of mind. What is the delusion of Arjuna? He is thinking that he is the person, chosen person, qualified, selected, specially to fight his what? Grandfather, teacher, relatives. Everything has been put on me. Like we all say, no, I am the selected person to undergo all the problems, all the difficulties. Look at the other person. He looks very happy, always smiling, always enjoying. So, just like that, Arjuna's delusion is, I am the chosen person. Even Duryodhana is far better. See, what happens is, ignorance is bliss. So absolutely zero knowledge doesn't create confusion. Absolute knowledge also no confusion. In between is the problem, right? So Arjuna is clearly saying that yes, I had delusion, but now I got more clarity. मनोबुद्ध्यहंकार चित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्र जिह्वे न च घ्राण नेत्रे न च व्योम भूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानंद रूप शिवोहम शिवोहम. Nobody sang the Nirvana Shatakam yesterday. I don't know why, during Mahashivratri. Wonderful song. Anyway, so see, Madanugraha not with your blessing, for blessing me, for giving me clarity. Madanugrahaya. So, for. So, please understand that. So, now I am mohaha mama, this delusion of mine about my real nature, my role, what I'm supposed to do, what is this world, who are these people around me, who is really Bhishma Pitamaha, who is Dronacharya, all that I got some clarity now. So, my delusion, vigataha. So, vigataha means what? Has gone. So, Bhagavan told earlier, Yuddhaya vigata jvaraha. There, what he advised, he's saying now, yes. There did he say? Somewhere he told, fight without any what? Fear, any confusion. Earlier he told, right? So, vigataha has gone. Tena. Tena means by that knowledge of the supreme teaching, my confusion has gone. So Arjuna is now presenting himself as a person who has understood something but wants to know. Very good, 330. So he says that because of his supreme secret teaching called Adhyatmam. And so he wants also say, Bhagavan, you told in the 10th chapter, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. Bring that also, because Adhyatma Jnanam, Adhyatma Vidya, it has been imparted by you for giving me clarity, for blessing me, Madanugrahaya. You have done it out of compassion for me. Tesham evanu kampartham has been done. So this delusion of mine now is what? Fairly gone. Right in bracket. That means what? I am prepared now to fight. But did Arjuna pick up the bow and say, start fighting now? It's still not started. Because still some more confusion is there. Some more doubt is there. Like we all, what we do, children especially. So initially they'll feel very lazy. They'll not go to school. Okay. So you'll keep on explaining certain things. So they'll stand up. Okay, I'm ready to go to school now. But they'll stop. They'll not continue. So some more things are required to make them move further to the school bus or whatever, right? Like that, some more things are required for Arjuna to move forward, take the wonder and fight. So he says now, further summarizes, sloka number 2. Arjuna vacha bhavapyayau hi bhutanam shrutau vistarasho maya tvattah kamalapatraksha mahatmyamapi chavyayam. நானே சொல்லட்டுமா?
சொல்லுங்க.
You want to chant?
श्री अर्जुन उवाच भवाप्ययौ हि भूतानां श्रुतौ विस्तरशो मया त्वत्तः कमलपत्राक्ष mahatmyamapि chavyayam.
Very good. Mahatmyam. Okay. Arjuna vacha bhavapyayau hi bhutanam shrutau vistarasho maya tvattah kamalapatraksha mahatmyamapi chavyayam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now, see, Arjuna is further expressing his understanding. So now, all of you getting a clear method. When you want to go and ask somebody some important doubt, I have seen some people coming to Periva and asking very, elementary questions, sometimes deep questions without giving any background. Nah. Somebody asked, no, where should I study Bhashyam for Surya Namaskaram? Why should you do for this? What do you do this? You are simply giving answer. That's a different thing. But when you go and ask, say, I have studied Surya Namaskaram properly from my guru for so many years. Certain areas I am not able to get clarity. Can you please tell me where should I go? What should I refer? Give some background, no? Without even giving any background, you cannot keep on no pushing questions. So how to ask questions to people also is being explained very clearly. You should give some background. Who are you? What do you know? So suppose really the teacher is very strict. Subramanian sir, Mahapriyana, இந்த அணுவாக்கம் சொல்லு பார்க்கலாம். You tell this Anuvaka, Surya Namaskaram, this fellow will not be able to say. So, systematically you should ask properly. So, Arjuna is telling here, you have blessed me for my understanding, for my clarity about Adhyatmam, about the Adhyatma Vidya. Some confusion is gone, some delusion is gone. And in the process, I have understood certain things. What I have understood, hey Krishna, understood that from you, that the origin, that means what? The creation and dissolution, Srishti, Layam of all beings has been explained by you. As Bhagavan not told, I am the source of all beings. Bijam Tadaham Arjuna. Yes or no? Bhagavan has told that I am the source and I am the cause of dissolution for everything. So all that I have understood. Now you see slowly Arjuna is coming to some question. Can you start thinking? So you said you are the creator of all beings. Also, you said you are the person dissolving all the beings. You have explained that to me as part of explaining your Vibhuti, your Ananta Vibhuti, inexhaustible glories. In that, you have mentioned about all beings being created by you, all beings being dissolved by you, has been heard by me in detail. Now it doesn't say I got clarity here. I have heard. Are you getting the point now? One, about my true nature, I got some clarity. My delusion is fairly gone. Now look at this. This is the most important central piece of Advaita Vedanta. One aspect is knowing about your own individual self, right? Slowly by systematic analysis, subject-object relationship, by the fact that it is not permanent, you can slowly dissociate yourself from the physical body, the thought, emotions, everything. Understand your true nature is pure consciousness. Is slightly easier path. To understand now the bigger picture, yes or no, totality, where everything is originating from one supreme principle, everything sustained by one supreme principle, everything is dissolved in one supreme principle, difficult to further understand, yes or no. So, what do we do? Many times they say, a picture speaks a thousand words. You can keep on studying again and again and again yourself many times. But unless sometimes you put a picture or a diagram, you are not able to understand. So what is Arjuna trying to hint at? Somehow can you visually show me how this entire creation, sustenance, delusion happening because of you? Now you got the point now? Different Adhyatmam and the next step. First sloka was about individual self. Second one is about what? All beings being created, all beings being dissolved. Totality to understand as being manifesting from one entity, sustained by one principle, dissolving in one principle is more difficult to understand directly. So Arjuna is lucky. See, for all of us, what did you do? Study systematically Vedanta again and again, Gita, Shastram, and again. Upanishad padikino, Ashabdamasparshamarupam havyayam. Eல்லாம் படிக்கணும். Why? Supreme principle is nameless, formless, everything. In that, everything happens. So, yetova imani bhuta nijayante, from which everything emerges. Keep on chanting, 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 understanding, bhashyam, study, get some clarity. Arjuna's has got a shortcut, more easier way. So first visually present. Are you getting the point? Visually present everything emerging from one supreme, sustained in one supreme, and dissolving in one supreme. Once a picture is shown and you start seeing it, seeing is believing, more easier to comprehend. Yes or no? Who can do that? Only Bhagavan can do. So now you see why you need Bhagavan as Jagat Guru. No other Jagat Guru can show the picture. Tell me any Jagat Guru in the world could have shown the entire universe as resting in one supreme principle, being sustained and also dissolved in the same principle. Can anybody show? Now you see why Arjuna is the most luckiest disciple, and he's got the greatest teacher, Lord Krishna, who can not only explain the Shastras, essence of Upanishad, but also pictorially represent, show to Arjuna. Now you're getting the point? Background. I'm giving the background. What you call in film? Napa forgot the name. You give some trailer. Yeah, trailer. Trailer. Now you see. See, when you read this sloka, you should see what Arjuna is getting to finally. Look at the Padavibhaga Anvaya. Oh, time up. I didn't see the time. I'll do only. Okay, we'll chant this sloka in the class. Now, at least you got the background, no? So I wanted to get the background for the 11th chapter through the first two shlokas. What is Arjuna hinting at? He wants to see physically. Unless he sees physically, he is not going to be fully convinced. One part is fairly convinced. Second part, he needs more conviction. That's the greatness of this 11th chapter called Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. So, shloka number 2, we will chant and end the class. Arjuna vacha bhavapyayau hi bhutanam shruto vistarasho maya tattah kamalapatraksha mahatmyapi chavyayam. Om shanti shanti shanti. See, just like the time was stilled by Bhagavan when teaching Bhagavad Gita. When subject matter is very interesting, we don't know how time passes. I didn't see the time. Suddenly, I saw that time has been more short. Continue. All of you, please download the 11th chapter. Very, very well done. Once again, our team, our illustrations team, notes team, review team has done a fantastic job. Very difficult to get the 11th chapter properly in a form of illustrations, charts, and other things to get you more clarity. Download the 11th chapter ebook. Be ready. You got a lot of days, 3-4 days now. By Thursday, be ready with that. We'll study the 11th chapter systematically. Try and understand what is this Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga by Bhagavan's grace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tatsate. Krishna 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 Shubhamastu. Samasta Sanmangalani Bhutyanta. Hari Om Narayana.